like we planted them out there to do it. All right, what you guys got?
So obviously we're prepping for East calendar for 2 weeks. Can you kind of talk about these last couple of days of practice you guys have been doing for the early
Yeah, I mean, today being Monday, it's like kind of Wednesday in our normal rhythm. So we went Sunday and Monday of this week. Last week we were able to get 2 days in, but obviously in an off week, trying to get healthy as much as we can, get guys rested up, get them back. 2 days shorter than a normal off week, but still been good. Came at a good time. And I mean, like everybody else, 5 or 6 games into the season, we're in decent shape. Everybody's a little beaten up, banged up, but that's where everybody's in the country. So thought the guys came out Sunday and today and had good normal prep like they've been doing.
East Carolina is a team that seems to be getting better pretty much every time they play. Kind of what's your assessment on them and how they, I think they had a lot of penalties early on in the season. They really cut down on that.
Well, look, Coach Houston's won everywhere he's been. He's won at a high level. He's done a really good job there for a long time. I think you look at their schedule, it can be deceiving because obviously they played at Michigan. They played at App State, which we all know how good they are, and it was a really tight game. They played Marshall, who just lost their first game this week. So they played good people, and they lost a one-score game to Open Conference. I think knowing that where we're going, we need to win on the road, okay? That's what you have to do if you want to compete for your league. They probably have the best atmosphere in our league. I think you just look at their history. I mean, last year UCF went up there and they beat them by 3 or 4 scores, I think. I know the last time SMU went up there, I think it was 45-7 at half, and they were a 2-6 team. So, man, it's a conference game. It's on the road. We're going to have to play really well because they play extremely hard. They're really good on defense in our league. You can see it statistically. And when you have a bye week, a lot of the times you do a good job of improving offensively.
Any injury updates you have that you can share?
I think we'll get J.O. back this week. It's trending that way. It looks like LJ's had a pretty good week and a half with the off time. So hopefully we'll get him back. I think Crossley's probably still game time. I think that's the majority of the guys. Anybody else that's been out that I'm missing? Marcus has not been out. Jalen has not been out. So.
Kamar is his hamstring issue.
It's better. I don't know yet if he'll go or not. He's not been ruled out. But.
And just, you mentioned a lot of teams after a bye week get better offensively, do more things. What do you feel like you guys need to do to be one of those offenses?
Yeah. And I don't necessarily think it's they do more things. I think it's you find out what you should be doing well. You start to learn your identity. And in their case, they got a new quarterback. We got a new quarterback. Look, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying we've been a juggernaut, but we've had pretty good moments. We've moved the ball a lot. We need to put a few more points on the board. We're in the top third in our league in most of the categories, but we've been running the ball, I think, better. I feel like the passing game will continue to catch up and get there. And so, I expect us to start to play better and better each week offensively.
Defensively, for them, just kind of what stands out?
Yeah, I mean, they're what you would think with a defensive head coach. They run to the ball extremely well. They play extremely hard. They stop the run. They don't give up explosive runs. They make you beat them, earning it, throwing it. And they're playing an odd front structure mostly. They're multiple. They play odd and 4 down, but they play more odds. So they can drop guys into coverage. But they're just good. They stop the run. They don't give up explosives. They run to the ball. They tackle well. They play really physical, which is what you would expect from one of Mike's teams.
Coach, you've had 2 really tough games. You've got a conference game, a chance for the offense and defense to learn about themselves. What have they learned going into this break?
I think what we've learned through 5 games is we play extremely hard and we play extremely physical. We've done that all 5 games. And I think 4 of the 5 games we played overall pretty well. Maybe not every game for 4 quarters, but we played pretty well. So I think our guys understand that. I think we have to develop a finishing mentality overall, whether it be getting off the field in the second half as a defense, whether it be finishing drives as an offense, whether it be finishing games as a team. And so that's what, with 7 weeks to go, if we want to put ourselves in position week in, week out to have a chance to win, most conference games are close. Most conference games come down to 1 or 2 scores, come down to the fourth quarter. So can we finish in all aspects? That's something we're going to have to do these next 2 months. Yeah, I think the same things I've already mentioned here. You know, I think we'll continue to hopefully improve on our passing game, just the cohesiveness on being on the that comes with, you know, playing a lot of receivers and a new quarterback. I think the run game has been good. Hopefully it continues to be consistent for us. I think on defense, you know, we haven't played as well in the second half as we have the first half, so can we finish better in the second half? We got to continue to find ways to stop the run and try to get after the passer. And then I think on special teams, you know, from an efficiency standpoint, we're like, I don't know, fairly decent in the country, top 30, 35, but we haven't really made a lot of impact plays on teams. We've had 2 punts partially blocked. So, you know, we'd like to take another step on our teams as well.
They've used they've used 2 quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Coach Simon's talked, it's different than Charlotte because those 2 guys are pretty similar. But offensively, they still run the ball really well. What have you seen from them, and is there a big difference whether either guy's in it?
Yeah, I mean, each quarterback has a little bit different personality, but to your point, what Scott said, unlike Charlotte, they don't have 2 different offenses based on who's in. Look, they want to play really good defense, they want to be physical, and they want to run the football on offense. That's what they want to do. And again, that's kind of, I know the last couple of years they had a big-time quarterback, so that changed, but that's kind of been Mike's deal, like, hey, I want to run the football, be physical. They have a lot of explosive runs. And so, look, the formula is probably not unique to us, but for us, it's, hey, on defense, we got to swarm and we got to stop the run. If we swarm, by me swarm running the ball and we stop the run, then we're going to have a chance to play good defense every week. On offense, if we play extremely fast and physical, then we're going to have a chance every week. And then we talked about teams. We'd like to take the next step there. But they do like to run the football, and I think that's going to be the key for us defensively is can we stop the run? Can we get the ball back to the offense? Can we get off the field?
How important is it in an environment like you guys are going to face with the blackout Thursday night or whatever they're doing to start just super fast and make a statement?
It's fairly important. I mean, luckily we played in some big-time atmospheres. I mean, when you go to Norman, Oklahoma, that helps. But it's going to be rowdy. It's going to be hopping on a Thursday night. And you want to start fast just so you don't let that momentum build for them. And so, look, it's going to be hard to win. But if we let them start fast and get that crowd into it and get a lot of momentum, they'll feed off that. And it's going to make it even harder for us. So we definitely need to start fast.
Coach, you touched on this a little bit earlier, but players look at the record 1-4. They see the game against Rice and that game. How do you kind of keep them have that, I guess, that kind of killer instinct going into it without kind of losing the edge a little bit?
I don't know if they look at their record or not. We haven't talked about it because we respect them as a good football team. I don't know if we've done anything to earn the right to take anybody lightly, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't know who we think we are if we can look at people and say, oh, we're just going to, like, we got to play well to win every week or we're not going to. And I think Rice has been playing some good football. So, you know, again, I think it was in 2020, SMU went up there at like 6 or 7-2, and they were 2-6, and it was 45-7 at half. So, and ask UCF about it last year as well on the blackout night, believe it or not. So, we got a lot of respect for them. We're going to have to play really well to win.
With this weird schedule of going there on a Thursday night, then you got Temple on a Friday, does them being back-to-back maybe help a little bit rather than spaced out? Does that?
Maybe. You know, you don't have as many short weeks. Like, we don't have a full 2-week bye week, but it's not like playing Saturday, Thursday, which is really tough. And we only have the one Saturday, Friday later in the season, so now you at least get a full 8 days in between. So while it's weird that we're going to have like one Saturday game in the month of October, at least Thursday and Friday, I mean, once you get there, we don't know what night it is. Like, today's a Wednesday practice on a Monday. Like, just tell me what time kickoff is and we'll figure it out. But, yes, to your point, it probably does help us to not have those extreme short weeks. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.